Good morning, friends. This is Qirq Qirqly, and I am very excited to show you something that I have found. Anybody who's been watching the station knows that I usually play with my son, Epic Miner 39, and we've been playing cooperatively and competitively on a little sort of island survival realms that we've made. However, that island is pretty big. And we chose it because it's got a village on it, and I really wanted to start on a little island with a village. However, I have found a seed that is, well, frankly, way cooler if you're looking for an island survival with a village seed. So I've decided that I'm going to start doing a single player solo Let's Play series of videos, which is going to be me, Qirq, running solo with this new island survival seed. This world won't exist once the update comes out, and I really want to play it while I still can. So I'm going to go ahead and create that world. I'll show you the seed, and if you like, you can play along. I think it's just about the coolest seed you'll ever see. Anyway, it's time. Let's go. So here we are on the world creation screen. I'm just going to go ahead and name this world Qirq Solo. We're going to keep this on survival. We don't want any cheats or anything. And I'm going to go ahead and put in this seed. That's 628387342686 314. I'm going to keep it on default. This is not a large biomes world. And I'm just going to skip the bonus chest. Let's go ahead and create this new world. Now, I'm very excited about this. This is basically like the magic seed that I've been looking for since this update came out. It's just about the smallest island you can imagine with a village on it, and there appear to be some goodies nearby I haven't really explored, but that's really just because I was waiting for you to get here, friends. So anyway, here we are at 24, 28, 32% of the world loaded, and I'm getting a little impatient. However, I know from my little flyover when I was doing my seed search that it's well worth the wait, and I hope that you think so too. I really think you will. Anyway, here comes our world. All right, look at this. Right in the middle of the village. Awesome, right? However, let's just take a little walk around so you can see, as I did, how amazing this little island is, because this really is like the tiniest island. Due to a little loading glitch, you can see that we've got a bunch of drowned over this way. Come on, loading. So I think we've got a little drowned village just off the coast here. We'll come back and observe that more closely later. But look at this. This little island, I mean, the whole thing just sticks out into the water like this. So I think that villagers are a really important part of this game. I'm super psyched about the upcoming update because they're finally giving the attention to villagers that I think that they've long deserved. And frankly, I have built my whole strategy for this game around the use of villagers. I am all about it. And it's always really important at the beginning of a world in which you're going to interact with villagers, or really anytime you come across a village that you intend to use, you've got to defend it. It can be kind of a pain, you know, until you're able to properly utilize the villagers that are there. That can be a bit of a challenge if you're out on a plains or something, but here it's going to be pretty easy to defend. Now, night is going to be coming on pretty quickly, so I'm just going to go ahead and harvest the wool from these posts. That's also going to give me a few torches to spread around the island a little bit so that, oops, look at that. That's going to give us a few torches to spread around the island to prevent some of the mob spawns early on, but really, as long as I can make a bed in time, I don't really have to worry about mobs spawning because I can get to sleep right away. So this wool is going to be super important. I'm going to go after that first. We need 3 wool. And where was that tree that we spawned next to? Aha! Okay. By the way, just like as survival islands go, can we all just appreciate the fact that this is as perfect as it is? We've got 1 tree, we've got just a little bit of sugarcane, we've got a village, and we've got essentially nothing else. Although I think when I was doing my flyover in the seed search, I noticed that there was a cave someplace, so we might even have access to a mine fairly quickly rather than having to tunnel down ourselves. I will look for that later. I thought I broke 3 of those wool lanterns, and I seem to be lacking one of them. Let me go see if I can figure that out. I think I was over this way. You know, it's somewhat ironic to me. I have in real life, and you'll just have to take my word for it, an uncanny sense of direction. I never get lost, but for some reason in Minecraft, I have to refer to this F3 screen rather a lot to have a sense of what direction I'm actually going in. It gets me lost rather a lot. Anyway, let's make our first crafting table. Yay. And get some basic tools and a bed set up. I want to be able to jump under the sheets as soon as nightfall begins to come on, and that's going to require that I have a bed handy and ready to go. Now I'm just going to make the 1 pickaxe to start, so that I can upgrade to the stone as quickly as possible. Let's see if we can find some stone that doesn't look like it's going to be super important to anybody. I believe I saw some outcroppings here that could use some trimming before we start digging down underneath. Let's see here. Where was that wall that looked like it needed a little less of itself? Well, you know what, actually, after all that, the plan is going to be, I think, to build a new village for these guys or some other sort of complex. So these houses are coming down anyway. And since this one is obviously not serving any purpose, there's no door and nobody in it, I'm just going to go ahead and start by taking this cobble. And let's upgrade the pickaxe, shall we? Okay, beautiful. Getting an upgrade. And I'm just going to grab enough cobble to round out my stone tool kit. Let's see here. Alright, we're going to need some more sticks. Alright, we're going to want a shovel, and we're going to want an axe, and we're absolutely going to want a sword. And I'm just going to take a second pickaxe. Oops. Nope, I'm not. Well, I guess that gets me where I need to go. I'll be okay for the moment. I'm just going to put my tools in the order that I like. And there we go. Okay, also, let's just take this with us so I don't have to make too many more of these than I actually need to. Hey, so I cut down that tree, but I am just realizing now I didn't stand around to find out if they were going to be saplings. Oh boy, oh good, okay. Got scared for a second there. Can you imagine if that one blunder led to no more naturally occurring wood ever? I would have been so sad. Okay, so let's get a couple of these guys planted. And, oh, what's that? It looks like we've got another island over here. Let's go. Wait a second. Do you guys see that? Do you see that? Do you see the Guardians? This isn't quite loaded in yet, but wait. Okay, first of all, from this perspective, look at this. Look at this village. It's just the coolest village. All right. Yeah, we got an ocean monument, and we've got another island. I'm just gonna pop on over here for a second while that monument loads in. I want to see. I just got a little glimpse of the boss there. Awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. So we're gonna have a grinder pretty early in this. That's great. Okay. Um, I'm big on enchanting. Oh, and we've got another tree. Fantastic. I'm big on enchanting. And so I always like to have a grinder around. You never really know what form your first grinder is going to take. If you're going to be lucky and get like a zombie spawner or one of these. These are pretty awesome, but you really can't make your grinder the moment you find it. Early game, I mean, you're not going to be able to do anything about these guys. I'm going to need some TNT and some armor and a little bit of redstone if I want to do that in any kind of safe and manageable way. I don't know if you saw through the water just there, but I think the little drowned village is finally loaded in by this dock over this way. You can see that they're congregating on the roof over there. I'm going to have to avoid that part of the island for a little bit as well. I'm not sure that I'm going to be equipped anytime soon to take on those guys. But yeah, this is where we're going to start. Okay. I need to grab some food. See, this is so cool too. Look at this dock that degenerated. It's pointed straight at that island, which is right up. We're going to connect all of this. This is going to be so. Oh, and actually, I think that's the wall that I was talking about before that I could easily kind of remove stuff from. Oh boy, there's creepy drowned. Let's get some wheat. Oh, you know what else I want to do too? I may have actually already missed the chance. This has been loaded up for a little while now. If there are any of those beetroot plants in the gardens here, I want to remove them so that the brown coats of the village don't start propagating them and get those beet seeds into their inventories. I'd really like to avoid that if I could. So let's see. This is carrots. See, yeah, we got some beetroot over here, and it looks like somebody's already been planting, which means whatever farming system I work out later, I'm going to have to figure out how to get those seeds away from them. Sometimes that can be a problem. Generally, if it's a new village that I come across just, out in the wild someplace, I can isolate the villagers before they have a chance to do anything to make sure that no beetroot gets in anywhere. I can go into more detail later about why I find it so distressing when that happens. Who are you again? Yeah, okay. But for now, let me just try to get this all out of the way. I do like to keep some beetroot seeds around to use as filler for inventories on these guys in certain builds. So I'll keep them. I'm not going to throw them away. Let's see, what's this over here? Potatoes, yeah, we'll take one of those. And, all right, cool. Let's make some bread. I'm getting hungry. Love it. I gotta say, this new crafting interface, I mean, it's not new anymore, but this crafting interface with this update is actually one of my favorite things about 1.13. Just being able to quickly access the recipes that I need without having to memorize everything. I am hungry. I'm all about the convenience, so any way that I can make this game more convenient for myself, that's always the goal. So I'm not necessarily trying to move fast through the game, although I will have a lot of little goals. I am, however, paranoid. So even though I don't move fast, I try to move as safely as possible. One of the reasons, for anybody who's been watching my other uploads, that I like to play with my son, Epic, is that on long, dangerous missions, got a little backup. If I fall victim to some especially nasty mob, I know that he's going to be, right nearby to pick up my stuff. But obviously, running in a solo world, I don't have that particular luxury, and so I've got to be extra careful not to, die and lose all my things. I'm just going to work on taking this down. Eventually, we're going to dismantle this whole village. I actually might build my initial base out of the materials from this village. I think that would actually be kind of cool. I've never really done it that way before. In general, I do like to concentrate on working with... Oh, hello. Concentrate... That's interesting. So you're just sort of trapped in here, huh? Well, it's probably safest for you, actually, since we've still got these drowned around. I can light up the whole island, but I won't be able to do anything about those guys for a little while. So actually, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna have to shore this up a bit. Let's see if I can convince you to just stand there. Yeah, okay, let's do that for now. And I'm just gonna pull these out of the way so that no uninvited guests climb up over into your enclosure. I'll finish taking that down later. Let's grab this wood. Come on. It seems like the day is really long. Hold on a second. What? Okay, it's on normal. Okay, alright, just making sure. Alright. Beautiful. We'll put a little bit of that there for the moment. Again, eventually this is all going to come down, but I try to be somewhat neat and orderly as I go whenever possible. I don't want to make a mess of the island, and I try to not create situations where I've got to do a job more than once. Oh boy, that guy sounds awful. Oh yeah, so here are these caves that I thought I saw earlier. Okay, oh, here comes the dim dusk. Let's get down. Oh, I just heard a skeleton. Am I about to get shot in the face? I hear a skeleton. I'm hoping he's just in that cave. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. We've got drowned coming up and out. Alright. So I definitely still hear that skeleton. Let me figure out what the deal is with that cave. How do we... Aha. Oh. I think they're shooting each other. Oh, that's good. Thanks, guys. Super convenient. I appreciate you doing that work for me. Come on, get him. Get him. Look at that. It's actually kind of exciting. We're having like a little pit fight down there. I didn't even have to do anything. They just went at it. Oh. And I guess that guy won. Alright, where'd he get me? In the foot. Shot in the foot. Okay. Of course. Alright, so let's go around now that we're on day 2 and familiarize ourselves with the villagers on the island. I want to see what I've got access to here. When I've got a little more space to work with. Okay, nice. Nice. Shepherd. Hey, you know what I'm realizing just now? We don't have any cows. I'm gonna need access to leather. I think I saw a library around. Yeah, we got some books to start with, but leather's gonna be an issue for a bit. Oh, alright, who are you? Do we get a librarian or a cartographer? Librarian! Respiration. Okay, that's good for an island. I'm digging it. It's not the cheapest, but it's not terrible. The paper trade's not the best, but we're just starting out. We'll see what we can do about that. I think I saw another white coat around here someplace. Maybe it was, slightly better paper trade. Sweeping edge 2. And only 10. Now that's pretty good. Alright. Alright. Digging it. I'm digging it. We got a cleric here with a really not great flesh trade. Definitely not a good gold trade. What are you? Fisherman? It's okay. Leather worker. Right. Oh, yeah. Alright. What kind of brown coat are you? Oh, yeah. You're the shepherd. Well, I guess that'll be useful if I ever need wool, but wasn't there a sheep over there? Maybe I'll get lucky and a cow or two will spawn on that island. How does that work? Like if sheep spawn over there, does that mean cows can? Is that how that works? Fishermen. Alright, so no real farmers so far, but at least we've got a handful of browncoats to work the fields. That's good. Anybody else? Oh. Alright, well, it looks like anything that spawns in that cave can't get out, so I'm not going to worry about this too much for the moment. What are you? Some sort of smith? Toolsmith with efficiency shovels. Good. We got another butcher. Anybody? No. Anybody? No. And no. Okay. I'm gonna start pulling these houses down, and yeah, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so now that that's all cleared out, I've got these 3 houses out of the way, and I have removed most of the wood from around these 3 farms. I'm thinking I'm just gonna tear the rest of it down. I'm gonna go collect my bed over here, and I'm gonna put this cane back down so it can grow a bit. Ooh. Oh! Oh, hey, we have a cow. We have a cow. Okay, so cows do spawn here. That's fantastic. I need one more. It sounds like there's somebody down here. Hello, Mr. Growls. Alright, well, I'll deal with that later. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep tearing this all down. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, friends, I am back, and I have cleared almost all vestiges of the village from the island. You can see there's actually a good amount of space here. A bunch of mobs have spawned in those caves underneath, so I've sealed those all off for the moment. For anyone who's curious, these 2 chests contain everything that this village was made up of. I've sort of ad hoc built what technically counts as a house, as a little village here, so that these guys will congregate over this way. I now have still just the 1 cow, but hopefully there's enough grassland here that another one will spawn soon and I can start breeding them. But I'm just going to go ahead and redistribute this sugarcane, and then I think we're going to wrap it up for the night, and I am going to come back tomorrow to do some real mining. At this point in time, I'm still working with stone tools, and so for that reason, as you may have guessed, it took me about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours to clear everything out of this village. I definitely need to upgrade my tools a bit, so I will do that in episode 2. Before I go, because I just want to get one cool screenshot here, let's just go ahead and grab that. Perfect. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, friends, for watching. This has been Kirk, and I will see you next time.